Hey dreamers, this is Saki and welcome back to another video. In the last one I showed you how you can create stylized art like you would find it in Zelda Breath of the Wild or the new Fenyx Rising. If you haven't seen this yet, definitely make sure to check it out, there's some incredible tips in there. And yeah, one thing that was missing there is how to create stylized water. So in this tutorial I'll be showing you in depth how you can create it with a few different options. For this we are making a river for this kind of bridge here. And yeah, the first thing we want to start with is go into the paint mode, choose a color of our liking. I'm going for the mixed blue colors that also allow some kind of shades in it. You want to activate surface snap to draw on something and activate the ruler tool. With the ruler tool you can create one straight line obviously, and yeah, just make it as long as you want your river to be. And once you have that line, you can actually just go ahead and activate the grid snap in the guides menu, and then you just want to clone that line as big as your river needs to be. Once we're happy with it and have it in the right place, we can open the tweak menu and choose a color or adjust the color amount. As I said in the last video, having a really solid color here definitely supports the stylized look of an element, and you also want to activate the finish and go for a little bit of a shiny direction for water. And for the metalness or waxiness, it's really up to you and personal liking, because both options are definitely possible here. Just play around for yourself and see what looks best. That's what I can recommend you for everything pretty much. On the second tab, I can recommend you to put the impasto to -100% and the looseness all the way up. In the effects tab, we can now select the wave and flow effect for our river. As you can see, it has some really cool effects with it as well. And yeah. Now in the next step, I want to show you a technique that makes this water very stylized. And that is to put outlines. And for that, we go into the paint mode again. With surface snap activated, we kind of want to outline the environment that we have. And for that we choose a white heavy flag and then just clone it around these curves. This is the easiest way to do this, and it is fairly simple and achieves very good looks as well. Once we did that for all the environment, we can then go and merge those paintings together. For this I just cloned the other side, so it was quite easy. But one thing we can't forget about is everything that is within the water, meaning rocks or boats or pretty much anything that you put inside your water. Here you can also see how I do it around corners. I just take a single flag again and then just start copying it. And yeah, here's a final look at the outlines that I did. Is quite simple, but it looks really cool, especially now when we have a final look combined with our other water. Has a very cool and stylized look to it. I really like it, but we can definitely make it even better. First, let's delete this ground and tweak a few things here. So just a few options I want to show you. If we lower the opacity, you can kind of see the squares in the water, which is bad, so make sure to put the looseness all the way up, and you can also stretch the flags. When we put the opacity down, you see that I put a fog gadget in here, which is always pretty cool for water. That's what I also showed you in my other tutorial about making beautiful water. A fog gadget definitely helps if you work with paintings, and there you can obviously make it a little bit transparent and see through it, which is very cool. You can also put spotlights into the water and of course change the color. For water, and especially this transparent look, a darker kind of tone definitely helps. And yeah, just try around for yourself again here. There's a lot of options. You can also change the flag type. I can recommend the splat flag or the dots flag as well, which looks kind of cool. Once we're happy with our water and the settings that we chose, we can actually add one more thing to make it even more beautiful, add more detail and support the stylized look. And that is to add some shimmering or glow to the water. For that, we want to draw another straight white line, clone that one time and put it a little bit further, merge those two together and go in the tweak menu in the flag properties option where we can add some flag density, which kind of splits them up and helps with the animation. In the duplicating section, we do have a lot of different kind of options and things to choose here, which makes it quite hard to decide, but definitely try around for yourself. If we add some animation here, you kind of see it flowing down the river almost, but we kind of want to change that up. But first, you can definitely also see me trying around with different kind of settings and yeah, just decide the best for you. One of the coolest options is definitely the scale jitter for this, but the most important option here is to activate the pulse effect and higher the animation speed. Here you can see how it really comes to life, this kind of shimmering effect that you see on the surface of the water. And there are a lot more options to play around with. I recommend you to set the time offset to 100%, and you can also add a finish to it and a little bit of glow if you want to. Now, once we're happy with the looks of it, we can just drag it over to our river and place it as we want to, make some final adjustments and settings until we are happy with it. Another thing that you can try out is choose different flags. For example, the circle flag looks pretty cool with it, and yeah, feel free to try out others as well. There is one last thing that we can do to still improve it or support it if you want to, and that is to add some spotlights with light images. I showed this in my top 10 video tips and tricks as well, and this is so cool. I love the images options of spotlights. There's so many possibilities with it, and you could also add a little bit of movement with an action recorder or a keyframe here. And the cool thing is, because of the waving effect of the water, it almost looks like these are moving a little bit as well. And yeah, definitely make sure to not make them as bright as you can see it here, but yeah, it's a cool option as well. And with that, I would very much like to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode or found it helpful, please give it a like, some feedback, and definitely make sure to share it with other dreamers as well so they can learn these techniques too. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, definitely make sure to do so, and also ring that bell to not miss out on future videos. I'll see you in the next one.